Hello friends, welcome back to art class with me, Mr. Blakely. So today we are going to be doing a project that is all about Chicago. I know you guys are going to go to Chicago and unfortunately you were not able to go, so Miss Hartney and I are going to be doing some Chicago related stuff. One thing that I'm going to be doing is that you guys are going to be going on to this website. It'll be linked on the spreadsheet as well as in the show notes to this video. This is the Art Institute of Chicago, one of the coolest art museums around. They have so much great stuff. So you are going to be going to this website. You're going to be browsing some of the artwork, as you can see here. Lots of, classics, right? American Gothic, we've got Van Gogh, got Seurat, Picasso, all this cool stuff. And you are going to be checking these out. You're going to be looking at them. And then you're going to be doing a work of art based on one of those. You are going to be recreating one of these. You probably have seen these. They're all over social media. People recreating classic works of art with photographic form. And that's what you guys are going to be doing. I'm going to pull up one that I did to give you an idea of what I'm talking about. All right, and here you see it. On the left is Grant Wood's American Gothic, and on the right is my version of American Gothic done with two of my kids. So you are going to be recreating the work of art that you picked, as faithfully as possible. So you can see on mine, I tried to recreate the setup, right? The two figures, how they were standing in relationship to each other. I also tried, if you notice in the background, that I photographed them in front of a peaked roof. We didn't have a pitchfork, so I just used a really large fork from our silverware drawer. But stuff like that. So you want to try and reproduce as closely as possible the color, the props, if any, and the setting. Now, it might be hard to get all of those things. I want you to do as many of them as possible. So at minimum, you need either a similar setting, a similar pose, or some kind of prop. There's lots of different ways to do this. You can get as creative as you want to. I'll pull up a few on the screen here just so you can see what people have been doing generally, but if you want to get a good grade, you need to have, something. Give me something here. So obviously mine is not identical to Grant Wood's. I don't have a farmhouse like that. I didn't have necessarily costumes, but I did have something similar to the pitchfork and the fork, and I was able to find a peaked roof, and I did take some care in, as I was photographing it, trying to line it up so that it looked good. I would also recommend when you're doing this that you do, do pay attention, do look at the background and the foreground, but also do take a lot of pictures and then go through them afterwards and find the one that looks closest to, as possible to the work of art that you choose. All right, even though I know you guys have probably seen a ton of these because they seem to be everywhere, or maybe that's just me, that's just the stuff I look at, but I am going to show you just a couple of these so you get the idea. So, this is fairly straightforward. Find an outfit similar, pose that's similar, bam. They don't have to be obviously exact copies, but you see the similarity. Same pose, same sort of general colors. This one is super simple, right? But there you go. They did it. I included this one because I didn't want you to think like it has to be a person, right? This is, they captured obviously the essence of Mondrian, but it's also a piece of bread with cheese cut up on it and stuff. So I've also seen, speaking of stuff that's at the Chicago Institute of Art, I did see one that I couldn't find when I went back to look here, of someone who recreated The Wave by Hakusai using socks and towels. So it doesn't have to be one with a person in it. I think that the ones with people in them are easier to do, easier to pull off, but it doesn't have to be that. You can imagine, I mean, I'm just off the top of my head, like There's Picasso's guitarist, the guy with the guitar. Like, there's a lot of artwork. So as you're going through, look for something that you think is cool, but also look for something that you think might lend itself to being recreated in this way. All right, and here's what I'd like you to do once you are finished. Go ahead and open up a new, just blank Google document. Insert the artwork that you based yours on and your version, and just resize them. You can click on them, you can drag these little corners, resize them so they're next to each other, and then submit it to me. Just go ahead and make yours. See here, I made the name of my document, the title. So this is American Gothic, and then by, and then your name. Obviously, I know that this is Grant Wood. That's yours. And yeah, once you've done that, you can either share it with me or email it to me or whatever you need to do, but just get it to me in a format that I can see. And yeah, that is your assignment. I hope you enjoy it. My kids don't look like they're enjoying this very much, but I did encourage them to have like sort of glum looks on their faces to match the painting. So they did actually have fun, and I had a good time. So yeah, hopefully you have a good time making this, and I'm looking forward to seeing your work. All right, until next time, guys, I'll see you later.